Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of All Around the Platinum, the show where we platinum games, we talk about the journey, we talk about the excitement, we talk about the enjoyment of how platinum in the game was. We also talk a little bit about the game, was it enjoyable, all that good stuff. We get into it here, And the game that we're going to be talking about today is Far Cry 4. A game that I've had on my backlog for quite some time now. A game that I really wanted to get done and sorted, but the thing that always stopped me was one of the trophies, or two of them I should say, that always kind of make me reconsider whether or not I'm going to go for a platinum, which is multiplayer trophies, especially with games a game like Far Cry 4, which is fairly old. You're not likely to find a lot of people. You're going to constantly run into issues of trying to find other people so that you can, sort of get the actual trophies that you need, but somehow managed to do it. So yeah, shall we talk about it a little? So Far Cry 4 is a 2014 first-person shooter game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. It is the successor to the 2012 video game Far Cry 3 and the fourth main installment of the Far Cry series. The genres is first-person shooter, action-adventure game, non-linear gameplay, which is basically open world and adventure. The original release date was 17th of November 2014. It was actually won a couple of awards and also gained a few nominations along the way as well. The composer of the game was Cliff Martinez, I believe, and the developers were Ubisoft Montreal, Ubisoft Toronto, Ubisoft Shanghai, Red Storm Entertainment, and Ubisoft Kiev. There are 51 trophies in total in the base game, including that glorious and holy platinum. There are actually 58 trophies in total for this game if you want to go for the 100%. Obviously, the game did have a DLC, Valley of the Yetis, which you can go and get them if you want to get for that 100%. But we're going for the platinum today. That's all we're going to be talking about. So there are 51 trophies in total. According to PSN profiles, out of the 609,447 game owners, 92,596 or 15.19% own the platinum, whereas 22,367 have the 100%, even less with 3.67%, which is I think probably the biggest separation or drop we've ever had on this show so far. For kind of 100%ers and platinumers, so that's kind of interesting. According to PSN profiles, it is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, will take you one playthrough and roughly around 25 hours to complete. If I'm being completely honest, I do enjoy the Far Cry series, I can't lie. I've enjoyed them since Far Cry 3. I did dabble in Far Cry 2 a little bit when it first came out when I was a lot younger. And I had fun with the game. I thought it was great. I thought there were a few mechanics in the game that were kind of harsh and a little bit too punishing, if that makes sense. But from Far Cry 3 to probably around Far Cry 5, I really enjoyed the games. I really wanted to platinum them, and I started off with Far Cry 4 because I only had a couple to get. However, the multiplayer trophies are a bit of a pain in the arse now. That's due to the fact that obviously you have not a lot of people playing it anymore. There are still a fair number of people. As someone that uses the European servers, I live in the UK, there weren't as many people as I was kind of hoping being on the online. If you look online, there are plenty of forums and discussion threads that you can talk to people on and kind of gauge and get an idea of if people are doing it, if there are people that are still playing the game, and you can kind of arrange with them if you're going for a platinum or something. There's still a lot of trophy hunters out there that will help each other, but I got very lucky. I managed to find a couple of games online that actually had people in it. I think there was one game mode that I had to boost on my own because no one was playing it, so I'm very lucky in the sense that I have a PS4 and of course the PS5, so I can kind of boost it that way. But yeah, it was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get those. Everything else is pretty simplistic, the kind of classic Ubisoft formula. Basically get 100% of the game, get all the collectibles, do the story, get all the upgrades, find everything, unlock all the weapons, that kind of thing. It's pretty basic stuff. You have a couple in there for co-op, if you're doing co-op campaigns as well, so I did boost them on my own, I think. Did I? I don't know. I can't remember. It was a little while ago that I ended up cracking this platinum. But yeah, just to give you an idea of how long it was. So my first trophy in this game was 9 years ago as time of recording, on the 6th of June 2015. The gap for me getting the platinum was actually in total 8 years, 8 months, 4 weeks, 2 days, and 4 hours, which is a pretty long time. Back then, obviously, I wasn't trophy hunting. But yeah, I'm trying to clear up a few in the backlog. This was one of the ones that was there. And again, Far Cry 4, fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. I think Pagan Min as a, villain, as Troy Baker doing the voice for him and stuff, I think he was entertaining. I think he did a great job. But I think he is a little bit he's one of those villains that's not really intimidating. You're not really scared of him as you're playing through the game, and you're kind of just, cracking on and doing what you got to do. But yeah, I think in regards to, excuse me, I do apologize, I'm not very well. But yeah, I think overall the game is a lot of fun. If you're going for the platinum, you're going to be doing a lot of grinding. There's a lot of stuff to do, and especially if you're going to go for the multiplayer the actual platinum, you're going to have to get the online trophies. Maybe see if you've got a couple of friends that own the game, and see if you guys can all just have sort of a private game and get it that way. I believe you can. I mean, I say a private game. You just go on the public matches, basically, and you'll all end up in the same game because there's no one else basically playing it. But yeah, I only have a couple of these trophies popping. Again, please bear in mind that this was a game that I first played when it first came out. So yeah, there is a big gap in it. I don't have all the trophies popping, but I have the most recent ones that I managed to obtain. So I hope you guys enjoy those. Let us watch them popping, including that glorious platinum. Alright guys, so we are back. I hope you all enjoyed the trophies popping, including the glorious platinum. But let's get into my ratings for the game, shall we? So if I was going to rate this game out of 10 for enjoyment, I'd give it a solid 7. It's a solid 7 out of 10. The gameplay, It's fun, it's enjoyable. The open world formula that Ubisoft is now extremely well known for is entertaining enough and will keep you busy and keep you distracted. Overall, a very, very enjoyable time and experience. And the trophies, to be honest, are not too difficult with this game. Again, the most tough ones that you're going to have are going to be the public matches and the online games. Unfortunately, it's just very difficult to find anyone that's playing these games online anymore and doing the multiplayer. They were never really a big staple of these games, and I think it is a little bit difficult to find kind of people playing these games. Like, I'm currently working on Far Cry 5, and the problem that I'm having is finding anyone playing the online mode anymore. So I may have to see if I have any friends that can help me out with that. But, overall, it's a fun experience, fairly enjoyable, and the actual platinum grind is not too horrible. It's not too shabby, especially with games like Ubisoft. You can kind of just put headphones on and listen to music or listen to a podcast or watch YouTube or film or whatever you want to do in the background while you're trophy hunting, and you can just kind of crack on and get on with it. It's fairly quick and easy to do, so yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. As for the difficulty, obviously PSN Profiles rated this a 3 out of 10. I would probably up that now, just simply because if you are trying to do the platinum in this day and age, in 2024, you're going to be struggling to find any people online that are playing the game that are going to be willing to sort of help out or whatever. Like I said, there are plenty of forums and discussions out there. I'm sure there are plenty of things on PSN Profiles as well, with people talking about maybe arranging to help people get the platinum. So I'm sure you can find ways around it by doing that. But yeah, if you are kind of the type of person that's like me, who likes to try and get these platinums sort of either on your own or with friends because you find it more enjoyable that way, you're going to struggle. So I'm going to give this rating a 5 out of 10 at this point. I think when the game first came out, a 3 out of 10 would have probably been quite reasonable. But I think now, because of the fact that the multiplayer is so dead, unless you've got friends or family or anything like that you play with on these consoles and online and stuff, who is willing to help you with these platinums or trophies, you're gonna struggle a little bit, and it's gonna be a bit of a grind and a bit of a pain in the arse and a bit of a waiting fest overall. Like I said, there are some people still online at time of recording this, but it's one that's going to take you a little bit of time. So yeah, I would probably say a 5 out of 10 just because of that. Not because any of the trophies are particularly difficult, but just more because the servers are just not populated anymore with anybody. Okay, and as for my most difficult trophy to get in this game, what a surprise. You're not going to be shocked at this one. I'm going for Renaissance Man. Finish a public match of each game type in the Battles of Kyrat game mode. Yeah, the reason I've chosen this one is it's a multiplayer trophy, so it's always going to be a pain in the arse anyway. But despite the fact that it doesn't say win a match of every game type, it's literally just finishing a match of every game type. Again, it's finding people that are on the servers and that are going to be playing the game. That's the biggest problem. It's why the difficulty is 5 out of 10 for me, not because it's actually genuinely a difficult platinum to get, but just simply because there was no one playing online. It took me about, I think, in total, probably a good couple of hours, and I just got lucky. So, I think I did have to try this on a few days as well, where it was just the servers were empty, and then one day I just got lucky and there were a couple of people on there. Maybe they were going for those trophies as well, and I just so happened to be lucky enough to be on at the time, so, I could kind of get help from them as well. But, there we are, guys. There's my ratings and the hardest trophy in the game. So there we have it, guys. That's Far Cry 4. A genuinely fun and enjoyable game. A game that I had a lot of fun with playing and genuinely enjoyed getting the platinum for. Again, the online stuff, we all hate online trophies, let's face it. Anyone that's a seasoned trophy hunter or anyone that kind of does it. I think there are very few people in this world that actually like doing the multiplayer trophies or like highly, highly grindy trophies. But to be honest, again, it was a fun game to play, and again, it's always been a great game to play. I've always really enjoyed it. It's always been a Far Cry. The Far Cry series is one of those things that never really changes. It slightly evolves maybe over time. Of course, Far Cry 6 came out not that long ago. I don't know whether I'm going to go for the platinum for that, truthfully, because that game is so dull. It's so boring. But Far Cry 4 was a nice foray back into the past and getting to enjoy and experience that game once again was an absolute hoot. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of All Around the Platinum. If you did, please leave a like or a dislike. If you didn't enjoy it, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Far Cry 4, and if you went for the Platinum and what you found the most difficult trophy as well. And subscribe if you want to stick around and keep an eye out for any more videos like this, or any playthroughs that may go up as well that I am sorting out at the moment too. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next episode of All Around the Platinum. Take care, and goodbye for now.